soured out a little bit. Well, it's time to see if G2 sour at all. Maybe in a way that they think, you know what? They're just like, we're so much better that they let them get away with it. Now, Mitch, you're going to be very happy from what we see on the screens right now. There is a Viper in play. We do not see this. We do not see this.
No, we don't. Hey, maybe we're going to see the boost come back, you know, the wall. Maybe they patched that back in the game. Who knows? On the attacking side, it's a fairly... I mean, it's still fairly useful, right? You can block off vision, same way as you would with a Sage, for example, walling off right side as you push into B. There's a lot you can do with Viper clearing out some of these angles. You know, her slow orbs are essentially just ones that deal damage. And you can see, look at that, a straight line across the site. And that's going to be a real pain for whoever's defending the B site. Because obviously you're going to consistently or potentially just be blocked off and robbed of information like what's happening right now. The push is coming in towards the A site. You can see the sprays and the smoke dealing some damage, and straight away the Cypher on the attacking side is hurting, down on 1 HP. And they've got no heals without a Sage in play.
Oh, ducking and diving on the ropes. davidp is going to escape out of that one. Sayf's on the charge. And Sayf on the Viper is real interesting. I didn't actually see who it was, so Viper first of all's interesting. Kills going the way of bonk on the pistol round. Both headshots delivered, and look how low davidp is. He's got no heal for 14 more seconds, but he may not even need to heal up. Ziz will take him down, but he's done the damage needed. Patitek trying to make it work for himself here, but he's out in the open. He's all alone. He needs that backup from pyth, and he needs it real quick. Oh, it's not going to come in time. Now it's a 1v3. Aron may be low, and pyth, he just runs straight in. All guns blazing. But it will be bonk that take the round. And they do it in a pretty damn convincing fashion there.
They do indeed, picking up that 1-0. But Banks, just to clarify for chat, of course, we are good buddies, so it's okay. Yeah, it's not bullying. I forgive you.
We're like best friends who bully each other about height, weight, age, other things that I'm not going to mention on stream.
Other things that for legal reasons we cannot comment.
we can't add to this. Mate, if no one works out our commentary style across all, what is this, our 4th Ignition Series event? Yeah. And we are like the most in sync, synergized duo going. We can be super awkward to each other, but we make it right. I even kissed you on a stream once. When was that? 2 years ago at Copenhagen Games?
Copenhagen 2018. I remember. It's ingrained in my memory.
Oh, you remember? Oh,
it's my wallpaper. Man. I'm framed above my bed.
My fiance's unhappy. Your girlfriend's also unhappy, and so is pyth as he tries to see a little bit further forward. Tries to poke out to find something there, but it won't work out for him. Now, attacking side for bonk, right? What are you looking for in terms of number of rounds for them to actually see some success here against G2?
You know, I don't really know what to expect from their defense up against a team like G2, because their games so far have been obviously versus much lower opponents than G2. But I would imagine that we're probably looking at like 5 rounds coming out from them. Oh, the shorty and the judge combining, but no, they're not able to get more than just Mixwell's damage out. The judge really not getting a lot. They just focused up on it straight away on the swing. So good to get 2 kills in that position. You're going to be pretty decently happy with, considering it was the judge that was dropped straight away. Now it all just comes down to what else they can do.
How does Patitek want to try and play this? It's real horrible to put through that decay. Luckily, it just disappears in time, but Aron's just ready and waiting for it, so it's not going to be a problem. It's the 2-0 now. It's going to be all important of how G2 deal with this next round. No operator in play. They just don't have the money for it. So it will just be the rifles.
You know, there might be some people out there that don't know, so I'll just fill you in quickly just in case. From beta, when you guys probably will have originally looked into Viper and realized she's not that viable, there have been some changes. So at the moment, when you use the poison orb as well as the wall, and you activate them both at the same time, it no longer decays your charge, right, your bar that you have in the middle. It no longer decays them faster when both are activated. So you can have them both at the same time, and it's just the same amount of decay. When you decay someone, when they walk into the wall or the orb, it does, I think it's the same amount of damage, or it's very similar, but it takes a lot longer to heal back up. Before you used to leave it, and within a second you were back to full HP. Now it takes a little longer. And they also increased her ultimate, as well as the range of her sting, when she puts down the snake bite, the snake venom, snake bite it's called, on the floor. It's wider. It does quite a lot of damage. And her ultimate, when you step into it, you know, she has to stay inside it to keep it up. She can leave now for 12 seconds and leave that up, decaying people. And the decay of it obviously lasts longer, as with the wall and the orb. So she's quite good now at the moment if you can figure out how to use her.
Yeah, it's all about utilizing her in the right way. And at least for the bonk team, they believe they've got a man that can get it done with this. Patitek chimes in, though. I didn't actually see the operator being brought up. Did he opt for maybe no armor?
Not 100% sure. I didn't see him play.
Yeah.
There's the ult. Look, already Sayf's able to deploy that. Had a great wall as well to allow them to push through, blocking off the window. You can see it's still up there in play. Harassing davidp a little bit, limiting his vision. And this is really hard now for the enemies to push on into.
The timing. Ziz also being a nuisance to them all. Ardiis is actually able to find a kill in there. They're playing a bit of peekaboo, and Ziz still managed to get that against pyth. Huge stuff coming out from him. Sayf still playing around, and he can do this all day long. Look how much time he's still got remaining on it. G2 need to make a move, but they don't want to make that move just yet. Sayf! How did he get away with that? The second one as well. He's going onto the diffuser, and that is the power of a Viper who knows how to get it done. He might not escape the spike, but Bonk get the 3-0. This was Bonk's map pick, and maybe now we can start to see why. And I'm just going to take a moment here to say, if people type !fan, you can join the rest of the fans for Bonk or for G2 and watch the finals with the level crew out here as well. Get involved in that. It's all a good bit of fun. Support your team, cheer in a nice way, enjoy the game, kick back and relax.
You might even appear on stream.
Ooh, ooh.
You know, the thing is for Vipers, obviously she doesn't get any of the charges from those kills, but it was so well played. They also increased the range when you're inside the ultimate. You know, the way it outlines them in red? They increased the range on that as well. So
oh, that's why.
Earlier. So it's very easy to see them now.
I didn't know the range on that was also increased. That's incredible.
Yeah. It is. It's unbelievable. That's why he's able to react so quickly. As they emerge from that smoke, he can instantly see them outlined. So it's really, really good.
I thought he wasn't actually close enough and he just heard the shots and went for it. But actually, if you're getting the extra distance on it, that's huge.
Yeah, and
Viper
I think he saw
is stacked.
Viper's really good right now. Yeah, the thing is, she brings a different level of value to some of the other agents. What is that? Straight on a Mixwell. He wasn't aware they could push up. Bit of a gap in the defense. Oh, but look, they wanted to push for a second, but they decided against it.
So who else really do we see top level use Viper?
Within EU that we've covered, not many.
No,
not anyone.
This is the first Viper Pro game I've covered in EU. I remember in NA we've seen a couple of teams use it, but that was back before even the buffs came in.
Yeah, she has a really, really low pick rate in EU. I'm going to quickly have a look through the other...
Yeah, go for it and I'll handle this round. And well, so far, Ardiis will get away with one. The wall's gone up for davidp. He's got the buck. He might be able to put it to work. Sayf's continuing to do damage. Bonk push their way in, and Sayf just tanks the shots, delivers a headshot, eventually falls, but it doesn't even matter. It's a 4-0 start here for Bonk. And they are playing hype, they are playing fast, they are playing confident and looking oh so good. I know Ardiis said that Yacine's the only good player on it, but Sayf might be about to change his mind a little bit here.
You know, Max, Bonk are literally the only team across the Allied Odyssey and across this event, including the Allied Odyssey Open qualifiers, as in the later stage, the ones that are recorded, which is like the semis, I think, the semifinals and the finals. They were literally the only team to use her.
What about NA? Any difference?
I think NA uses a little bit more. Let me go and have a look. We'll investigate that.
G2 now need to get it going, though. Already find themselves far behind. They've always been able to come back into games. No problem at all.
Yep, 100 Thieves user on... Okay. Oddly on Bind and Ascent. Not on Split.
Interesting. Bit of a change up on it. This is still looking good for Bonk. Ardiis needs to be careful here. Doesn't want to get spammed up through the walls. Slow and steady pace coming out from Bonk. pyth, though, look at how far he's got in the back lines. Where does he want to push with this? You definitely got to be worried about potential overextension. Mixwell gets domed instantly by Sayf. Mate, I want to see his 3D aim trainer score. What on earth?
Oh my god, ardiis is quick. Oh, that was
They're both doing it now. And ardiis gets the ult out. He's able to get the kill onto Sayf. That could be exactly what he needs. He's on the lockdown. He gets 4 kills. Smooth as you like. And ardiis, he's got a point to prove on that Raze.
I wonder how it works with the Raze ult, the showstopper. I've never actually investigated. So, right there, he got a kill with the showstopper that didn't count towards his ultimate, right?
Yep.
But what if they're really far away, and you've already put the showstopper away, your weapon's back out? Like, if you shot it from the spawn in A, all the way down, as far as you can, and hit the wall and killed someone, if your gun was back out, would it work? That's something I need to check out. I'm gonna take note of that. I don't know. So it could be like
testing for us to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a small thing.
1 round for G2 though, and I know like you look at 4-1, you still think, oh, it's not looking so good, but the difference between allowing them to get the 5-1, to build all that economy and keep running over and build that momentum, especially momentum in Valorant, it's so important. Like, you need to start getting a few of those rounds to get getting in there. Otherwise, it becomes very problematic.
Yeah, on defensive side, split especially, you can't allow yourself to get knocked out. Not by this comp as well. Like, you don't know what the Viper's going to be able to bring to you. G2, I don't think. They might have faced this once before.
Yacine. Managed to take down davidp. They can push up on it. It's given them the numbers at least to play the 4v4. But pyth, he's going to hold strong. Mate, he plays so well when it comes to split. He's good at those headshot angles. He's good at delivering. But Mixwell with those knives out is a scary foe to go up against.
We complimented the Viper, but yeah, well, when you get 5 knives to the face, it's not easy to walk away from that one. Pyth is insane though, defending the B site so consistently. I think we haven't seen. We have seen a lot from him this tournament as well, but we haven't seen him play to the extent he has in this tournament, and especially B-side split in quite a while. Like, that was versus FPX, remember, where he had, what was it? It was a 4K in one of the final rounds. Also, I'm glad that, you know, was a production hiccup about the whole,
Oh, the map pick.
the map picks, yeah, the Ascent.
Yeah.
That was, I don't know why I blanked there, but yeah, that would have been really weird. If they were banning, I'd be like, what is G2? They're just unpredictable.
He's ready. He wants this final again. It's like G2 giving teams a false sense of security. It's like, you want some rounds? Have some rounds. Oh, then we're going to play our game.
And let them think they're good. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. That's what they say. Good guy Sayf realizes his health's very low. Only one player on his team has got full health, so he gives him the Phantom. ardiis. 3 kills away from ult. 2 kills away from ult. Nice one as he falls back. Already the 3k under his belt. And yeah, if you could get onto the site here, you could be looking at a potential ult from Sayf, but on 21 health, I doubt it even. So easy to just spam you up and with a Raze up, blast pack or something like that.
Now Yacine's got to check his corners here, oh so carefully. One player in spawn. Might be able to swing on him quite nice, but Patitek, he's so good with that Vandal. Now it's all on Sayf. He was very low on health anyway. If he could sneak in. Oh, instead he's giving away his position. He could have actually stabbed ardiis in the back. He might not even check the corner now. He's topped him below as well. Still gets the kill. Still walks away with it. But won't be able to plant in that time. Goes down to Patitek anyway. 3 rounds in a row now for G2. They're back on it again, Mitch.
They are. They're building it up slowly but surely. It made sense him obviously knifing away the tripwire just to rush on in, but yeah, had he have just straight swung, that could have been an easy kill. Still at least managing to find one before going down. You end up in a position now 3-4, G2 building back up on the defensive side. Bonk have already got a decent buffer of rounds though, this is the thing, right? They're in a pretty workable spot. So no matter what happens really, you're going to be... well, provided they can pick up one more round. What is that? ardiis just runs on in. Patitek as well, and Aron, a player we haven't highlighted too much. He's able to at least pull this back into a workable spot for bonk.
aggressive at A and mid. It doesn't work out massively for G2. Like, they've got the health advantage in it, but bonk have the numbers pushing into a site now.
See, the problem is there's been no pressure at B, so there's still full utility to play on. And look at those cages. When you try to push in past this Cypher, he's going to cage up, and sure, he won't be there. But if he spots you, ooh, if he goes in his cam now, he'll see them. It's going to be a little bit too late, though.
Simon pushes on by. The flash comes through. Ziz a little bit far too forward on that one. But it doesn't matter. They'll secure the position. Shadow orbs go down.
Here.
If he knows, he pings it out. He can avoid that quite nicely as well. Not going to be affected by it for now. Good setup, though, coming out from bonk either way. They're ready for this, and they can delay the push coming in from G2. Ult's going to be popped. Only player it doesn't touch is Mixwell. More still to be had. The flash is going out. No, not the flash even. The aftershock instead for Mixwell. davidp there, they're ready and waiting. It's all on bonkar to try and clutch this out. His position's going to be known. Oh, he's straight up onto it. He's forced him off the spike as well. He's going to play the runaround and there's no time. davidp, he may get the kill, but he won't get the round. 5-3. And that's important for bonk, especially attacking side.
The operator left in the dust as well. What a play by bonkar. The fact that he gets that kill, the third one, or the second one, onto the Cypher, and then realizes, you know what? I've killed pyth. They're going to expect me to swing straight onto the site. There's no way they stick it. And he just runs away. It's a very brave play, because if you find that frag and you run and they just stick it and win the round,
yeah,
you don't look very silly. But he makes the play. Saves the day. And I like this wall by Sayf. So this is the one that blocks off window, I believe. Yeah, so at this stage, he'll be able to put that up again, causing a lot of havoc for these players. And I think he's aimed it a little bit more to the left this time, so that it will actually fully block, and there shouldn't be a gap, as there was before. Have to take a look at Heaven whenever they do start to push in, but it will be a push towards this side of the map, so we'll get a preview of it. One artist, go have a look at the window. Go have a look at the window for me. Good lad. No, turn, no, left. Oh, it's gone.
Just at the nick of time.
Oh, no.
So close. No, what? Oh.
A little closer.
I thought he was just going to try back away. He had the time after he missed the first bit. The ult's also going to go out. And ardiis just loves popping it, but he doesn't expect to be sat in the toxic on the floor. Pain at his feet. He's not checking it all out.
Yeah, that's another thing about having a Viper, the fact that you can put those snake bites through and just clear those angles. Like, you've got double Molotovs, essentially. Those players are so vulnerable while you push that in. And look at how split they are, though. Bonk want to push into the B site. They're going to go for a 3-man push through a Cypher cage. His pyth has still got his one up above, right? Oh, that stun pretty much discounts it, though.
Oof. Timing. Just about getting the spike down. They may have the numbers advantage in it, but they're really running the clock down, and it's very scary. Oh, ardiis! He's not done yet either. He's evened up the numbers, and he's hungry for more. 2 more players to find. Patitek's there. Yacine on the flank. And this is where he can come up huge. Gets onto one. Blast back down.
Oh.
Easily finished off onto ardiis. 6-3 now. And that's a bounce back and a half.
Yeah,
they're not allowing them to push back.
You saw Yacine's blast pack as well. Obviously, it does damage, but what was more important in that fight was that it pushed ardiis into the corner. So ardiis wanted to quickly swing on him and force the fight right away, catch him off guard. But instead, he was seen coming forward, and then, oh, no, back in the corner you go. Go on. And it was an easy pre-fire by Yacine. 6-3. You know, bonk have already easily gotten their attacking side nailed down. This Viper is bringing so much to the table that G2 are struggling with. Now, again, I don't want to give false hope, Banks. The reality is, Ascent, Bind, they look terrible for bonk. Ascent, typically, it's a good map for them. You can't take that away from them, but it's G2. All right, we have to stay within the confines of reality. And then Bind, obviously. I mean, it's Bind. It's bonk got demolished by NIP, and I'd consider G2 a better Bind team than NIP, a better team, full stop. So it's definitely not the easiest of situations, but if they can find this map, they've got a chance. They've got some semblance of hope.
I continue to say about Sayf, he's just looked good this entire tournament. Like, I was always looking at Yacine, I was always looking at bonk. Bonkar, as you would call him, rather than just the whole team name thrown out there. Ziz as well. But Sayf, this tournament, he stood out for me in a massive way. Now he's bringing this Viper into play, showing the versatility. davidp, you got to be careful, mate. Took a few shots. They're just a few shots in the dark. You're not going to find too much for it just yet. They start to move away. Yacine's on the hunt, though. Bonkar goes down, and pyth, he's rocking him with the Sheriff. ardiis is there to back him up. G2 might be getting this done. Nice stuff from davidp. But Sayf still up in it. davidp runs around the side, but pyth, headshots galore with that Sheriff. Beautiful stuff.
3 headshots, man. This guy, just stop pyth, please. His B defense has been on point. You know, a couple times he's caught outside the site, but that round right there really just hammers it home. Look at ardiis, though. 15 kills. And Banks, you love to see ardiis over on the Raze. You say it all the time. You've even
so much fun.
You've even had illusions before on certain games. You thought he was playing the Raze. You
got excited. They got overexcited. It was like, oh, he's not. Oh.
Look, Banks, I hate to break it to you. Look at that. Yacine, hello, baby. Goodbye, Mixwell, and hello, an upgraded rifle. My God.
Mixwell is going to be tilted. He was spamming away and it didn't work out. Yacine just went full throttle in his face.
Paranoia was so well placed as well.
Do you know who's paranoid right now? Patitek and davidp. They're sat there thinking, what is going on? What just happened?
This dude's about to fly around a corner at the speed of light and take us down. Oh, ardiis, look at this sneaky little position. Catch off the flanker. It depends. It's all about who has the most patience. And ardiis, well, he's not known for his patience. And Aron takes him down.
Revive's going to come in. Mixwell's back into the mix. He has to pop the rocket, but it's not going to work this time for Yacine. He's got to get some well-placed nades up there. It's all going to come down to the timing. It forces Patitek back for now. I love the fact that the Viper ult is popped already. Oh, they're all being just forced. They're all running out of it. Mixwell's dazed for a little bit further here, but davidp still putting in the work. He's still looking to get damage done. Oh, with Sayf going down, that's the ultimate taking out the equation. Mixwell's popped the ult as he's come back into the mix, and he's certainly not done yet, but Yacine is so low. Aron's having to put in huge amounts of work. Kill after kill needs to go his way. They're going to get on top of the spike. Yacine falls, but it's not going to be over yet. He doesn't expect davidp so close below. And a 5th round will go the way of G2. It could be a 6-6 half for bonk. They gave it some welly in that round.
Yeah, well, you could say that. Jeez, it was all Aron, wasn't it? He just came through with a 4K, showing that, you know what? He's not going to let pyth be the highlight of the show, right? Not going to let it steal it away. He's the main Cypher.
One thing with pyth, yeah, that you have to give him a lot of credit for. B site is horrible to play on your own. It has to be played by the Cypher. He plays a lot of these, like, horrible positions in general. Kind of how the Cypher has to be utilized, but he knows his angles so well, which is why he's able to land shots like that. Like what we saw with the Sheriff, the headshots, the pixel angles he plays from.
100%.
He's never going to be out there as the star, but he can certainly be the impact player over and over again.
His role is to harass. That's what he's there for. My God, Yacine, stop it! Just stop! It's unfair now. Rushing them down, taking the kills one after another as bonk set themselves up now for a 4 versus 2 post plant.
And Sayf is using this Viper oh so well. davidp and pyth in a 2 versus 4. They're not going to be given any openings just yet. Oh no, spotted out.
Now the wall up.
Less than ideal for them. davidp is going to try and push round on it, but they're just hiding. You can't go through it. You're stuck. You have to push. You have to make a decision. It finally falls down. pyth gets one, but that's all he's good for. davidp is going to have to do the rest of the work, but it's not going to happen. They come round from the side. A 7-5 attacking half from bonk on split.
Well, that is an okay attack, to say the least. Now, we said earlier on that in this tournament, at least, it had been a 29% attack, but even that is not really that relevant. What I'll do is I'll swing back over to the Allied Odyssey, the last Ignition series that had obviously high-level teams playing at it, and we'll take a look at Split there. It was a 32% attack-sided win rate. So, again, pretty decent. And that's with teams like FPX versus G2 playing twice on that map. G2 versus Liquid. You know, there were quite a lot of high-level games. And it proved to be very significantly defender-sided. Yeah. And so, if you're expected to get 70% of rounds, you're talking about an 8-4 scoreline, at least, for the defenders. G2 have fallen short of that.
And they need to get this pistol. It starts off well for them. Slow taps coming out. pyth manages to make it work. The boombot slowed on down. They start to push into Sayf. He's able to get one. Mixwell pushes on forward and Patitek comes in from the side. Great work. Full-on teamwork. And G2 have a one-man advantage in this push. Aron can hear what's going on though. bonkar waiting it out. Oh, nicely done. He flashes him up. But can he put him down? It's a bit awkward on the shots. He does manage the kill. But Aron, unable to save him, but straight onto pyth. It's now a 1v1. Mixwell's very low.
That spike is down as well.
Yeah.
Everything is going against him. The question is, did they spot the spike? Does Aron know that it's still there? I don't think so.
He doesn't have to go A either. He can just go B. Mixwell can easily go B here.
This is where mind games come into it, though. Did he go down ropes? Is he waiting there for you? Did he go through spawn?
Ooh. They just crossed paths. Aron wasn't able to see it. Mixwell's got a huge advantage now because there'll be so many angles that he needs to check. His camera's still on B, though, Mitch.
So is the tripwire. Mixwell slow walking, but he'll have to give away that info. He spotted it. He's going to break it and rush straight through the site.
They found my wire.
On the timing.
There you go.
There we
Aron
go.
knows.
And he can use his camera on everyone to see where Mixwell might go.
He'll wait till he's close. No, it's been destroyed, but he's got the info. He knows where Mixwell is.
First few shots fired off. It's got to be played to perfection. Mixwell. That's why you pay him the big bucks. He lucks it down with the frenzy. He fires off, tries to run away while doing it, but still lands the heady. Aron, 100 health. It doesn't even matter.
Gorgeous play by Mixwell, really, considering he was 22 health. The fact that he walks away with that round win is ridiculous. Retrieving the spike, doing absolutely everything right along the way. And with 7-6, that's a pistol round that G2 needed so desperately. Losing out on that one puts bonk in a position where they're so far ahead. They're on the favorite defending side. Sayf's been playing like an animal so far, and really this is where you're going to see a lot of value coming in with your Viper. Look at that wall. Straight down for left side mid. They're going to be pushing in. Oh, the pistols caught out by the slow. A nade is well in play. Really well handled by G2 to just make sure they're not caught off guard by the pistols.
And you got to think from G2, how many times are you used to seeing this? Like, you're not exactly going to have this on rapid rotation of dealing with crazy Viper players coming out. Sayf. Tries to tap himself away to success a bit more, but it's not going to work out for now. bonkar just sat at the back of the site with a shorty. No one's going to come close to him. May as well just sit there for the rest of the round, to be honest. So what we've seen right now is G2 build a few more rounds with the guns in their hands. It's the next round that's going to be the all-important one. But I think also they have to be very, very cautious of what bonk can show with weapons in their hands. Because this will all go horribly wrong. Especially if you allow Sayf and Yacine to really come into it. And Yacine definitely towards the end of that first half started to look better and better despite the slow start.
Yeah, it's not realistically a position where you want to be taking your foot off the pedal at any point. You got to be going 0 to 100 the whole time. No, sticking on 100, really. Don't go back to 0. That's a bad idea. And for G2, they've definitely woken up. They found the ignition.
Many ignitions.
Indeed.
How many ignition titles now?
Is it 3? Maybe 4? I don't even know. They've just got all the titles. All of that's
just everything.
Oh, it's 7-7. Like the scoreline for G2 is workable. It's the attacking side though, so there's a lot of problems that can present themselves. I'm really curious though to see Sayf and how he's going to play this. They've got a Cypher to lock down over towards middle. So usually Cypher's going to be played on either the A site or the B site. But they've presented a bit of heaven and mid control with Cypher, completely abandoning middle itself, allowing a lot of control to G2. It's the tripwires on either side just to play that late info, combined with the Viper wall to try and keep them back. You don't really see this all too often. Or ever. I've never seen this before. An interesting approach. That wall isn't actually going to split them properly, though, because they've already got top B control. This nade could be huge by Yacine. This is really... I don't like this setup. I really don't.
Fast dash forward, Mixwell straight into the site. The wall's gone up as well. Smoke's in play. The execute is there. And it's played to perfection. Sayf, though. He may give up the B site, but he still walks away with a big scalp. A lot more damage they need to find, though. Especially with this spike being put down. There's full control had by G2. Patitek being able to put himself up high. davidp's got the backup he needs. They instantly trade it out. Bonkar tries to fight and push forward, but it's not going to work out. And pyth. Sayf did not expect it. Ooh. Well held, well dealt with from G2.
So the gaps in that attack, really, you're relying on that nade doing a lot of damage, and it comes through at a decent time, but not enough to really constitute any sort of an upper hold. Then your player that's pushed up in B main does well to find a kill, but now is completely left vulnerable to anybody that was playing lurk towards A or still on mid control, because obviously you've given that up, so you have no information on where they are. The wall that was in play for middle, it only goes up after 3 players have already pushed past that point, so it doesn't stop anybody. They can just push straight through it and take a tiny bit of decay. And then obviously the cage that was in upper is used as the starting point for the nade to be thrown, but because they were so quick in pushing afterwards, it didn't really do anything. They would have to be unaware of the tripwire. But obviously, when you see nobody mid, nobody heaven, you're going to be like, okay, probably some Cypher stuff going on.
Oh, again. Oh, it's not looking pretty for Bonk right now. Ziz trying to fire back with only a Spectre in hand. How much can he really get done? Yacine's on the bucky as well. Oh, no. Oh, this comes round exactly as the boombot goes to go bang. This is G2 just delivering on the attacking side.
Yeah, they've been spiraling a little bit, so I'm excited to see, or I was excited to see, obviously, what a Viper can do. At the moment, I feel like there's very little being delivered from a unique perspective. Well, no, that's incorrect. It is definitely unique, but from a good, unique perspective. One that I like, anyways. The thing is, the setup that they've got, I think, will work against some lower-level teams, but not against G2. Like, they're not the kind of team that are going to walk in and go, oh, a tripwire. I never would have expected that. I like this usage of the ultimate to control middle. There was the most frequent usage whenever Viper was in meta, or was there was semi-viability when it came through to the beta stages. And now that she can leave it for 12 seconds, and doesn't have to actually sit inside, it means that you're no longer vulnerable to the nades and the ultimate that you used to be before. Look at that damage by Yacine. That was a spray through the ult and a nade deep. The benefit of a Raze, remember, if you find a kill with the nade, that counts towards your next nade. So you only need 1 frag with your rifle, and all of a sudden you can start nading people off again.
Now this is at least a better chance in it for Bonk. But still, with 3 ults online, you never know what G2 can throw at you. And they're going to go for it, because why the hell not? You're far ahead. You've definitely got the credits available for it. Patitek escapes in towards the back of the site, but no one's there ready and waiting for him, which means the site may be free for them to get into for now, but they've got to be careful of Yacine. He's playing off the angle for it. Aron looking to get it done. He's only good for 1, but his teammates are there to back it up. 4 players kept alive, and a much cleaner round coming out from Bonk. They need to continue to make that happen, Mitch. And they can't rely on an ultimate to be the thing that forces them away, you know?
No, 100%. you're locking down that control, as you said, just because of the ultimate. Now, what happens when that's not online? What happens when you've got to go for your more base setups? Because so far, they've been a little bit underwhelming. Now, obviously, you're only at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the strat book that Bonk will have. So I don't think you're going to see the same failed setups again and again, but like players like Zis just not being here at the moment. Nice little fade up. The knive's close. Aron's in a lot of danger at the moment. He's spraying. Mixwell hears him. That's a victim. Ready for his taken, but he decides against it. Leaves him alone as G2 move down towards the site. Get the spike planted nice and open. The smoke keeping everyone else at bay. And look at their ultimates. Yes, you've got some in play for Bonk, but it's when it comes down to the ultis for G2 and the positions with ardiis coming up behind and shutting down Aron. Now they're worried about that flank play, and honestly, it's just chaos for Bonk.
Yeah, Bonk, they've got too many places to check, but they're getting some kills. This could be their chance to push up on it. They've also got to deal with ardiis still, as you've seen. He's managing to take out pyth. They're fighting back and forth, but it's all on ardiis to try and clutch this out. The nade's on his feet, but he takes him off the bomb. That's huge. Now it's all on Sayf, and his teammate didn't even get it halfway. He tries to avoid the grenades, but so much damage is being done. ardiis is playing this so well. He delivers. He clutches it out. And he secures it for his team. 10-8 right now. ardiis, he's making it look so easy. 24 for 13. Didn't only have big words in the interview. He was going to prove it in the server as well.
Hell yeah, ardiis, he always delivers, but this is just getting a bit ridiculous. Yacine found a 4K to win the previous, and then ardiis is like, oh yeah? Watch this. I can do that too. And they each expended their ultimates, but ardiis coming out ahead, just defending that spike. Comes an aggressive wall. It's cutting off a lot of middle. Oh no, but Yacine goes down. Now they can just push up. They can maintain that, or take the control even. The wall up on the right side. Bit of a botch TP, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, close as well. He couldn't quite get it on the bomb spot. Patitek expecting to push through, but Aron's there. See, G2 can afford to even get a, like, over-aggressive at times. You know, I'm always calling that out, but they had the numbers advantage. They're that confident when it comes to it. Mixwell just needs to continue looking up high. Hold on to his position. Oh my god! Oh my god! What was that, Mixwell?
Top 1% vision.
That's Bonk just getting destroyed as they tried to push in. Watch that, right? So Mixwell gets the kill, and his teammates just go, cool, we're getting out of this, yeah? We're not fighting this at all. They all get eliminated in the end. That was nuts. He must have just heard it and reacted off pure sound.
Yeah, if he saw anything there, I need to go get my brain checked, because I didn't register a single thing and the guy was dead, and I knew he was pushing. I could see it on my radar. That's nuts. These guys are so good, Mixwell especially. You know, he's really not having a good game. They started defensive side. That's typically where he's going to show up, playing in there in the operator, and he wasn't delivering. Bonk came through with a once-in-a-lifetime attack from what we've even seen versus G2 of all teams. But now they're behind by 3. G2 are building up those rounds. They're starting to look better and better as time goes on. And Bonk, you know, they're winning rounds when they've got their ultimates online, Banks, like you said. But we now need to see the consistency when it comes down to buy rounds, when it comes to standard play, because they're on pistols right now, Banks. This is likely going to be a 12-8 scoreline, and they'll need to win 4 in a row. And spoiler, they're not going to have those ultimates 4 rounds in a row. This is so good.
He ran away, though, after it. The revive comes straight back in. G2 looking for this 12. Bonk. They need to hold on to this bonkar to try and get it done. He's able to get 1 kill, but the rest of G2 just come in like a wrecking ball. Aron's like, let me escape, please. Let me grab the weapon and run away.
I wanted to sing the I Want to Run Away song, but we would have lost all our viewers immediately, so I can't do that.
What are you on about? They love my singing. They love my singing.
You're singing. That's very different than my singing.
That's all right. You got the Irish voice. You get away with it. I've just got the deep husky voice.
I'll start singing Dubliner songs.
Ardiis is going to drop 30 if they just let him go off for this round. You know, maybe he just says, let him have a round. He goes, let Bonk have a round so I can get 30, boys. He wants to have double the kills of davidp.
Yeah, it is actually really heartbreaking for Bonk because they've had such a good defensive side, man. Or attacking side, excuse me. The hardest of the two by far. Look at ardiis. He's just going to Ferrari peek this angle with the blast pack. Mixwell opens it onto Zisk. Zisk has had such a bad game. Is he on 6 kills now? Oh my, that was gorgeous.
Through the tripwire as well. He's not done yet. Ardiis is saying, wait, boys. I need 2 kills. Come on, these. Let me have my 30. Oh, Yacine, you got to be careful, buddy. Ardiis is waiting for it. Oh, if Ardiis is going to stay in this position.
There's his ult for 30.
Not going to work out, at least to start off with. 29. Yacine, pull off the unthinkable so that ardiis can get his 30. That's not going to happen. G2 are going to try and close this out. Patitek may be close, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he's
oh,
so
no.
dead.
Oh, straight headshot from Mixwell. 13-8.